Hello, today I'm presenting my buyer's guide for the home studio recording. So a few housekeeping rules before I begin. I'm not going to tell you which exact microphone to buy. I'm only presenting which type of microphone to buy in order of priority to me. And last of all, you typically shouldn't own more microphones than you have inputs to record. So what I mean is if you have 8 channels in your studio to record, then you shouldn't own more than 9 or 10 microphones. The goal is to maximize the use of each microphone that you have. So the first microphone you should consider buying, cardioid dynamic microphone. This is going to be the workhorse in your studio. I own the SM58. I'm not telling you which microphone to buy, but if you only had to buy one microphone, personally, this is the one I get. I use this on 90% of every vocals that I record in my studio, and it has the extra option of removing the cap, and you have yourself an SM57. So in this configuration, it's ideal for recording guitar cabinets. It's also good if you want to put it on percussion instruments such as a snare or a djembe. The second microphone I recommend you purchase is a large condenser microphone. This type of microphone is going to be ideal for any situation because it can record low-end information as well as capturing all that important high crispy high-end. Ideally, if you can buy it in a multi-pattern style, that'd be perfect because it gives you a lot of flexibility in terms of being creative. If you can fit it in your budget, try to get a pair of it. This will allow you to make stereo recordings, and whenever possible, it is ideal to have a pair of condenser microphones. Now, which model you'll buy is going to depend on your budget and what you're willing to pay out. There's a lot of options out there for you, including budget options, and if money is no object, then the sky's the limit on how much you can spend on a condenser microphone. So in the third step, at this point I assume that you have your dynamic microphone and your large condenser. So if you have enough channels to allow you to record multi-instrument recordings such as a drum set, recording an entire band, let's say I'm assuming you have 8 to 16 preamps inputs on your audio interface, then at this point you can justify buying more microphones. But be careful, don't buy just any microphones. For myself, in my studio before, I could record an entire drum set, so I had enough microphones to mic up 3 toms, a kick drum, a snare drum, the overheads, but I didn't have a room microphone because it really wasn't worth it, because the room I had was too small to really want to capture the environment. So the microphones in this category are going to vary depending on your needs, what you're going to be doing. If you're recording podcasts, if you're recording a drum set, an orchestra, whatever needs you have for multi-mic setup, it might be a good idea for you to buy more dynamic microphones or these larger dynamic microphones to record bass drums, bass guitar, anything that has low end in it. You might also want to consider a small diaphragm condenser microphone. These are perfect if you have to get into a small location, a tight location, somewhere that you don't have a lot of space. These are going to be ideal if you want to capture the crisp, high-end details of an instrument. And again, don't overspend. Only spend what you can afford and what's going to bring you money. It's not worth having a huge collection of microphones if you're not going to use them and you don't have the clients to be using them anyways. If you have a small bedroom recording studio, then you probably don't need 8 to 16 microphones. You're probably going to be recording one instrument at a time anyways. So before I get to the next category, please like and subscribe. This really helps out and motivates me to make more videos. So in this last category, it's going to be the treat yourself kind of category. At this point, I'm assuming that you're making profit. You've been making profit for at least a year. Minimum. You've made enough money to pay off all the gear you've bought, and you can justify buying more microphones than maybe you really need right now. But always keep in mind, don't buy gear just to buy gear. If it's going to help you be more creative, it's going to inspire you to do more work, it's going to bring in more clients, or bring in a different type of clientele, then you might be able to justify purchasing another microphone. For myself, for the type of business I run, I do video, I do music recording, I do voiceover recording, I do video, I do photo. I don't really have the clientele that really justifies buying a U87, for example, or fancy ribbon mics, so I don't purchase those microphones. I only use and buy what I need. But if it's justifiable to you and you can afford it, then sure, get those fancy ribbon microphones, vintage microphones, or a U87, something that has prestige attached to its name. But always keep in mind that those aren't requirements to getting good quality recordings. So that's it for me. Please leave some comments, let me know which microphone is your favorite, which type of microphones you like to use, what are your needs, and give me your opinion on what I've been talking about today.